Okay, in the previous slide we have seen if you rub a comb on your cloth and then hold it near tiny pieces of papers, you will see the bits of paper standing on the end attracted to the comb. So now you know. So either if you are rubbing, either one particle may lose the charge or gain the charge. So because of the different charges amount present in one object, that force is called electrostatic force is the reason for that. Okay. So here look at the statement. We are made up of tiny positive, negative, neutral particles. So positive particle means proton, negative particle means electron, and the neutral particles. Okay. So this is called neutron. The opposite charges attract each other and the like charges repel. Always remember, when you are taking a comb and if you are applying certain force with that comb, certain force, that means either maybe a frictional force or rubbing, anything. Okay. So once if it will be attract any other object, that time opposite charges will be present. So whenever the opposite charges will be present, it can attract each other. Whenever the same charged particles present means it can repel. That means take the two comb and rub with each other with same amount of force. Okay, when you are giving means take the comb, just take the two combs close to each other. What will happen? It will be repel because of the same amount of charges, same kind of charges, same amount of charges. If that same kind of charges present means it will be repel. Either both are positive means it can repel. Both are negative charges mean it can repel. The only case either positive and negative it can attract. Okay. So next one, magnetic force. This will be very important, right? Magnetic force. Magnet, you know, right? In your childhood and all, you are playing, even now also you are playing with, right? If you have taken some sand particles and you have to sprinkle that some sand particles on the magnet, and then you are playing with that magnet, right? Okay. Anyway, have you ever used the magnet? Doesn't it feel like magic, right? It looks like a magic. If you ever have two magnets, try joining their ends. If you are having two magnets, for example, just imagine this is two magnets. Okay. So this has one end, here two end, right? One is North Pole, another one is South Pole. So here also one is North Pole, another one is South Pole, right? So if you just try to this two end, just take this two end to closer to each other. Okay. So if you ever have two magnets, try joining their ends. So this is one end, this is one end. So if I taken this two end closer with each other, okay, similar end means it will be what will happen. So opposite end means what will be happen, that we'll see. In one case, the end will attract each other vigorously. For example, see here this one, here I have taken, okay, this one positive, this one negative, okay. So this one positive, this one negative, okay. I have taken one negative, one positive. So that time, if you are taken closer with each other, that time what will happen? A strong attractive force will be present because of different charges, okay. Suppose if I have taken here also same charge, here also same charge means if I have taken closer means a strong repulsive force. Even though if you have taken closer to that, you cannot attach with that. Okay. So that means there will be some, what kind of force it is? It is the repulsive force. Okay. So in another case, no matter how hard you try, the ends will never make contact. Okay. So it's a kind of, what kind of magnet it is? It's called horseshoe magnet. Okay. Horseshoe magnet. So the different kinds of magnet also present, horseshoe magnet, bar magnet, okay. So and cylindrical magnet also present. Okay, different kinds of magnet also you studied in 6th standard, right? Okay. So even if you push the ends together, the second you leave it, it will be bounce off. So this is the result of magnetic force. So that's nothing but, so when you have taken any two magnets, if you taken closer, if the poles are different, either North Pole and South Pole, it will attract each other. North Pole, it will be repel each other. South Pole also, it will be repel each other. Okay. Okay. It is also responsible for the attraction of iron by a magnet. Yes, if you have taken that magnet means if you take an iron also, so the iron easily it can attract by the magnet. Not only the iron, so iron, nickel, cobalt, any metal pieces, it can attract by the magnet, right? So the magnetic force exerted by a magnet decreases with the increase in the distance from a magnet. This is very important statement. See here. For example, if you have taken two magnet opposite poles closer with each other means it can attract. If you keep certain distance away means there will be decreasing in the magnetic force. It will not be as same as if it is closer than each other. Okay. So it will be decreasing. If you are keeping away means the force will be decreasing each other. Okay. So the magnetic force exerted by a magnet decreases with the increase the distance. If you are increase the distance, the magnetic force will decrease. Okay. So read what is the force and other types of force like contact force. Okay. So read just what is the force and other types, that only I explained already. Okay. Anyway, it is also responsible for the attraction of iron by a magnet. Okay. It's the same thing. Okay. Example of non-contact force. So these are the some few examples of non-contact force. Okay, in practical situation where sir we can face this non-contact force. So the first example, an apple falling down from a tree is one of the best examples of non-contact force. Okay, because that apple is hanging in the tree and there will be no physical contact from that surface of the earth to the apple. But what will happen? So after certain, it will be fall down. Otherwise, it will go towards the earth, right? So the next one, iron pins attracted in the presence of a magnet bar without any physical contact. If you taken small pins and take one magnet, if you take the pins closer with the magnet, what will happen? Suddenly it will go and attract each other, right? So this is the some examples. Okay. Okay. The next one. The charging of the hair and the attraction of the paper bits towards it, as I mentioned already. So you can try it, right? The charging of the hair. Okay, whenever you know one thing, if you rub any object, either it may lose the charge or it will gain the charge. But the different amount of charge is present means it will attract. Okay, or it will be if it is the same kind of charge mean it will be repel. Okay. Next one. The falling of raindrops on the earth is also an example of non-contact force. Imagine if the cloudy stage, that time what will happen? So suppose if the rain is coming, that time there is no contact force between the raindrops and the earth. Okay, no physical contact with each other. Then how it will be fall down? Because of the gravitational force. Due to the gravitational force only, it will be strong pull, right? The gravitational force is a strong pulling force towards the center of the earth, right? Okay. The two magnets are placed close to each other is also a non-contact force. This already I said, right? Okay. Anyway, the free fall of a ball towards the earth is by virtue of gravity. Okay. Free fall is nothing but if you are taken one object, okay. So just leave that object means, so without we are considering any frictional force, okay, frictional force of the air, so automatically it is coming, no. So like this way it is coming, no. If there is no presence of air or vacuum, if you have taken means, or there is no presence of air, that time that's called free fall. Okay, so that time also gravitational force will be present. Next one, leaves falling from a tree is an example of non-contact force. So leaves, suppose if any trees and all matured means, okay, at time the leaves and all falling, so there is no contact, direct physical contact between the earth and the leaf. Then how it will come? Because of the gravitational force only. Next one, the electromagnetism is another example of non-contact force. Electromagnetism, it is nothing but electromagnet, you know already. If you are given current to that any metallic devices, right, any metallic object, okay, so that it behaves like a electromagnet. For example, what kind of say, in motor and all they placed electromagnet. Okay, it is not a permanent magnet, it is a temporary magnet, right? When you just you have to know whenever an electricity is passed to any metallic objects, there will be some magnetic force be present. Okay. Even in the 7th standard, 7th standard, not 6th standard, you know the circuit, right? How to follow that circuit, how to form the circuit. So if you form the circuit means, if you take one nail and then take some wire pieces and connect with the battery and switch everything, and just switch on that battery. So what will happen? From the battery, the charges and all it will go. That means that electrons and all it will be flowing, right? So that only we are saying that electricity and all flow, electricity and all going. Okay. So that time, if you are taking any small pieces of iron pieces or any what's called any hook like small pieces, okay, it will be attract. So that time, that piece, that iron piece, it act as, even if you take nail also, any that nail or iron piece, it act as a electromagnet. So due to that electricity, whenever the electricity is flowing to any metallic objects, that metallic object have some magnetic force. That magnetic force is called electromagnetic force. So this is also some kind of non-contact force, right? Because there will be no physical contact with each other. Okay. So there are various examples from electrostatic showing that attraction of small materials towards the object. Any small particles it can attract. Okay. That also it will come under that non-contact force. When electric current is passed through iron, converting into electromagnet, as I said, right? So whenever the electricity it will be flowing into any metallic object, it behaves like an electromagnet. Okay, because of electricity, it behaves like a magnet, so we call it as electromagnet. So it attracts the iron and particles towards it, thus the displaying the non-contact force properties. Okay, so remember this one. Okay, so anyway, this is the today's session. So what we have seen today, we have seen non-contact force. I'll explain one more. Non-contact force is nothing but physically there is no contact between that two objects. At least two objects, there will be no physical contact. Okay, that is called non-contact force. Okay, the non-contact force, what are the types of non-contact force? Do you know? The first one, what I mentioned, electrostatic force I mentioned, magnetic force I mentioned, right? And see here, some few examples I gave, no? And the first one, electrostatic force I gave, okay. The next one, just a minute. Okay. So these are the few forces, right? As first one, gravitational force, okay. So the gravitational force we have seen, and okay. So based on this, what you have understood, so there is no contact between each other. That means non-contact force. The first one, gravitational force, means what we can say? Gravitational force, it is nothing but whenever if we are considering two objects, that object having mass means in between there will be some gravitational force will be there. Okay, either it may be small object or it has a huge big object. Anyway, the two objects having some weight, some mass, between the two gravitational force will be acting. Okay, who found this one? Gravitational force, presence of gravitational force in the earth. The scientist's name is called Isaac Newton. Okay, he only found that gravitational force, that he developed a lot of theories based on the gravitational force. Okay, so electrostatic force means, gravitational force means between two mass. Electrostatic force means between two charges, difference in the charges. If it is difference in the charges present means it can attract. So there will be no physical contact. And the third one, what is that? Magnetic force. If you have taken any kind of magnet, if the north pole and north pole, similar poles are, it will be repel with each other. Opposite poles are, it will be attract with each other. So this is that today's session, non-contact force, that today's session. So anyway, I hope you all understand. Just read that contact force and non-contact force. In the Zoom session, I am going to ask you what is the difference between contact force and non-contact force. Just take one note, just write it. What you have understood in the contact force, what you understood in the non-contact force. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you.